Hey guys, Silence here. Welcome back for more BeyBlade X content. As you can tell from the thumbnail, we are going to talk about the application that is on the phone. And before we begin, let me put this on and let's get down to it. Alright guys, so let's start off with taking a look at the official Takara Tomy BeyBlade X website, which is for the application itself. And of course, let's scroll down through here. Basically, for those of you who are interested to obtain the app for your devices, there's the Apple Store and of course the Google Play Store. Personally, for myself, I can't really give advice for the Google devices or Android devices, mainly because I've never owned an Android device myself. But yeah, I don't know if you actually need a region of Japan account for your Google Play Store to actually download the app itself. But if I'm not wrong, I think you can actually Google search for the APK of BeyBlade X, the Japanese version. You should be able to download it for your devices. I kind of have a rough idea of it for the previous applications from Japan that I've introduced on my channel before, especially for those who are Macross fans. You probably know what I'm talking about. But for at least the Apple devices, I can assure you, you will definitely need a Japanese application account, or basically an Apple ID that is region in Japan. So in order for you to create that, I will leave you to your own devices to go and YouTube or Google and find out how you can do it, because there's just too many of those videos out there already since the beginning of time, ever since Apple ID was a thing. Go and figure out how to create a Japanese account for yourself in order for you to download this app yourself. For those of us who are buying our products, at least from the Asia region, which is from Hong Kong and of course Taiwan, if you can read Chinese, the website actually states here that the application for our region is not ready yet, and they are asking us to keep our Bay codes to at least prepare ourselves when the app is ready and get ready to scan to try and redeem the points for your products that you have purchased. Alright, so the black tabs here basically are here to show you what kind of devices that are usable with the app. You have to have a minimum of iPhone 8, of course the Gen 2 iPhone SE. Then for Android devices, there are just too many to mention. So as long as you check out this list and make sure that your devices are not too old to be usable with the application, you should be fine. Whereas the other tab basically just allows you to see the products and when they are released and when they are scannable within the application itself. So even here it shows Unicorn Sting, which is the upcoming release, and of course the random booster for the Sphinx Skull. Both scannable dates are actually their release dates itself, so definitely take note of that for those of you who are planning to use the Japanese version of the application. Alright, so here's the very interesting bit of information that a lot of BeyTubers never mentioned, or basically even the BeyBlade community has never mentioned, because they don't really check the Japanese website, unlike for myself. So here it is. Here is the basic rundown of what you can claim within the application itself. So yes, if you guys do not know, Cobalt Drake, Gold Hellscythe and Gold Leon Claw are only redeemable through the application itself. Well, I wouldn't say Hellscythe and Leon Claw are redeemable, more like you're given a ticket to have a chance to purchase them. So yes, Hellscythe Gold and Gold Leon Claw are purchasable Beyblades. So for those of you who are using this Japanese version of the app, you will definitely need a credit card that is usable in Japanese online sites, and of course you will need a Japanese address to receive the product. Therefore, you will need a third-party shipping company to actually receive your price base, and of course after that you have to pay shipping to your own country, which is going to cost you a lot more. Alright, so Cobalt Drake is definitely free. Once you've gotten a lucky chance to attain Cobalt Drake, you don't have to pay for it. Basically, you just need an address to receive it, and then after that, just ship it to your own country wherever you are. However, if you take note of Gold Health Scythe, there is some Japanese text underneath here. So basically, it is bad news for us Asia people, because we don't know for sure if Health Scythe will actually stay within the Asia version of the app by the time it releases here, which is the first quarter of 2024. Now, if you have no idea what first quarter of 2024 means, it basically means the first 3 months of 2024, which is January, February, and March. Now that I'm recording this at the end of January, basically we are likely to see the app maybe appear within February or maybe even March. So hopefully by the time that the app releases, we will still be able to attain Health Scythe Gold version. If not, are they going to jump straight into Leon Claw, or are we only going to get Health Scythe Gold and not have Leon Claw as an option to purchase? Time will tell. So anyways, what does this whole bunch of Japanese text basically means is that by the 13th of February 2024, 1 p.m. Japan time, Health Scythe will disappear from the app itself. Basically, it means that will be the last time period that you'll be able to try and do the Rare Bay challenge and attain a ticket to try and purchase Gold Health Scythe before it disappears from the official Takara Tomy website itself for purchase. So Beyblade fans who are collecting all the gold variations of these Beyblades, please take note, you have a limited time period to do so. And yeah, so anyways, okay, so let's talk about the application itself. Let's go back up here and basically talk about, you know, how they actually recommend this on the website itself. And the first Japanese portion here basically just shows you how you can scan your Beyblade codes. Basically, if you watch my beginner's guide and parents tutorial for Beyblade X, you will definitely know where the QR codes are already placed in the product itself. If you have not watched that video, please do so before you continue on to this one. Alright, so okay, let's move on to the next one. So basically, you can see like how they actually introduce the app and how you can actually gain points for your Beyblade app. So you can gain points through products, you can gain points through using the Battle Pass on your Beyblade launchers by shooting and launching your Beyblades and all that kind of stuff. We'll talk more about this one later in the later part of the video. Then of course there are points that you can attain as well every time you attend an official event. And of course there is the B4 store codes as well. This one we'll talk about it later as well. Then of course there is also the within the app games itself. So these two are pretty much related to each other because it's got to do with the Battle Pass. So let's move on. Alright. So they're talking about the Battle Pass and how it's linked basically is through Bluetooth. Every time you shoot and launch, the Battle Pass will record your launch power, and basically once you have decided to send the data information over by Bluetooth to the app, you will be recording your pull strength. At the same time, you'll be redeeming chances to gain points for that Rare Bay challenge. Alright, moving on. Okay, so a lot of this is basically what we're going to talk about within the app itself later, so I'm just going to move on from here. Okay, so I wanted to come back to the website to explain about the B4 store situation first before we move on to the phone app itself, because it wouldn't make sense to actually explain it there, considering that I'll need like the infograph image that the company that's distributing Beyblade is using. So let's talk about it. So B4 store codes, QR codes that you can scan using your Beyblade X app on your devices. In Japan, basically some of these stores, or rather there are a lot of stores in Japan that will have these QR codes stuck around the store somewhere. You probably have to go find them, and then after that use your application to scan it to gain points for your BeyBlade X app. However, there is a limited quantity or how many chances you can actually scan these QR codes by the time they become redundant. So we'll talk about it within the app itself. Alright, so in Singapore, we only have 4 known B4 stores currently at this point in time because well, the BeyBlade X app is not released yet, and we won't know for sure if they are going to add in more B4 stores around the country, because there are a lot of companies who are currently a bit interested in making BeyBlade X as one of their main products within the stores itself. And yes, aside from Kitty Palace and Toys R Us from the far ends of Singapore, as you can tell, you know, eventually more stores might become B4 official stores, but I'm still sad that, you know, like the central area here is still naked without a B4 store. Very, very sad about it because I live somewhere around here. But yeah, so anyways guys, what do you guys think about the current situation for the B4 stores in Singapore? At least in Japan, because the country is big, there are a lot more stores that are B4 stores and are holding official B4 tournaments, you know, that kind of stuff, because they have more manpower, they have more stores available, and you know, they are interested to become B4 stores. But in Singapore, it seems like only Kitty Palace and Toys R Us seem to be given the priority to be a B4 store at the moment. I don't know if things will change. Let's pray for it, and hopefully with the company's decision to add in more stores as B4 store locations, so that, you know, a lot of us Beybladers don't have to bite the bullet and pay so much in terms of travel fares and of course spending time to travel so far to these B4 stores. It's just really inconvenient to get to. Alright, so let's dive back into the app once more. Well, technically I didn't go into the app, I just went straight into this video. Alright, let's just go into the app and let's talk more about the application itself. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys how you can attain your BeyBlade X app, at least for the iPhone users. For those of you who are Android users, just basically try and Google search for the BeyBlade X kit. You should be able to find it quite easily and install it onto your devices. However, for the iPhone users, basically you have to create a Japanese Apple ID. As you can tell, everything in my app store here is in Japanese. Then after you've done that, type in BeyBlade X. So once you type it in English, you should be able to find the app straight away. As you can tell, I've already downloaded the application, so I'm going to go straight into the application itself, and we're going to talk about how you can get yourself started on the Japanese version of BeyBlade X. So definitely you would like to allow all of this, because you know, you need to allow the Bluetooth, you need to allow the camera, and of course if you want to get notifications maybe from the latest stuff on the BeyBlade X app, you definitely want to allow the notifications and all that. And here we go. Oh, very nice voice activation of the app. I wouldn't say voice activation, but yes, voice narration that you usually see on the official YouTube channel for BeyBlade X. Okay, so we're gonna touch the screen right now and get access to the application. As you can tell, we don't have the user ID right at this moment, but here we go. We're gonna be issued one user ID and of course the password. I'm gonna copy the password because I can't remember, but of course you can always take a screenshot if you want to, just in case you cannot remember any of this stuff. Alright, so then moving on to next. So we're gonna click Tsugie. Then of course from here we're gonna touch the black one, not the green one. So apparently the green button is to return back, but you know, so we're gonna touch on the black one. And then from here, alright, so the green one basically is to show you like the available QR codes and all that that you can scan. So this one we've already gone through on the website itself, so we're going to touch the black one, which is to move on to the next screen. And then of course from here you need to basically read through all the terms and conditions and all that kind of stuff. So we're gonna basically read the terms and conditions. So I'm gonna do all this. Basically once you tap onto this, it's gonna bring you to the websites and all that. So agree to the terms and conditions. There we go. So I'm gonna agree. So the agree is to green version here. So you're gonna tap on agree. Then of course we're gonna so privacy policy. So we're gonna tap on this. So they're asking you a math question. So 50 times 350. I'm sure your basic math should be okay to do this. After that, agree to the privacy policy. Then from here, they're gonna bring you to the Takara Tomi's Japanese version. There's also the English version of the privacy policy. So don't worry, I think the Asia version of the app will actually eventually bring you to this website as well. So we're gonna skip out on this. And once you have both the ticks going, you are pretty much good to go. So we're gonna move on. Then from here, they're gonna talk to you about like the scanning of the QR codes, where you can find them on the products and all that. So we're gonna move on. So since we have no QR codes that's usable to scan at this point of time, because this is actually not my main phone for the applications, hence I am not going to start this account on this phone. It's just basically to show you an introduction on how to get started. So once you have gotten yourself started and all that, once you scan the QR code, you are basically done and good to move on. So I'm going to jump to my main phone, which I will show you what the actual app looks like inside. Alright, now that we are in the BeyBlade app itself on my main device, let's take a look at basically how you can navigate through this application and understand what you are needing to do. Alright, so first of all, the bottom left hand button is basically the shortcut to home, and of course if you go all the way to the left hand side, this is actually the news information updated for the Japanese websites itself. So if you guys can understand Japanese, you can actually update yourself with what is the latest news and releases and information regarding the events that's going around Japan. You can technically check from here or the official BeyBlade X website itself. So probably a majority of you would skip out on all this and just go straight to the main application that is from here onwards. So the second tab basically is catalog. So if you can read Japanese, it says catalog, and you can see all the Beyblades that you have registered in your app itself. So for those Beyblades that you have registered, they'll have this tick at the top left hand corner of the image, and it means that you actually own and scan the Beyblades into the app itself. Now you can actually sort this or filter your viewing list with this green color tab here. So you can sort by sets, you can sort by blades, ratchets and bits, and view them to your viewing pleasure. So let's say for example I want to see the blade itself for Leon Claw, I can actually use this and scan and take a look at a full 3D image of the blade itself, especially for those who are interested to mix and match according to color, and of course view like the information graph like for the strength, the defense, and of course like the weight and all that kind of stuff. More towards like stamina. Yeah, so this is up to you for your own enjoyment. So what is this button here basically is to return the image to its default if you're in need of that. But it's pretty cool that you can even view like the latest Beyblades, even like for the Persona version of Hell Scythe. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, if you want to see like the full blade itself, you can filter it by sets and you can see the whole entire thing. Very, very cool. So the thing is, you can even set like your Beyblades to be your favorites, but unfortunately since I do not have this registered, alright, if I press the home Bey selection, this bit notification comes up and says that I need to register the Beyblade in order to have it appear on my home page. So another way to actually decide what Beyblades you can have appear on the home page, you can be on the home page, tap on the Beyblade itself, and it will show you all your registered Beyblades, and you can choose whichever one that is your favorite to be on the home page. So I can choose like Hell Scythe and say yes, and there we go. So Hell Scythe is now on my home page as a display Beyblade. Very, very cool. Okay, so let's talk about the main page itself, what this information here is talking about. So this top left hand corner here is your catalog registered number of Beyblade. So I have 12 Beyblades registered, and this one here is how many times you have launched your Beyblade. So and of course registered with the app. So at least at the point of time that I have registered with the app, I have only launched like 2,117 times. That's a lot lower than I would like to have because I've not been using because I have not been using the application itself as much as I want to, so that's kind of a bummer, but it means that, I have to find more time to play with friends and of course to do official events. The right hand side is your max shoot power that you have currently registered with the app. So as you can tell, my maximum shoot power is like 11,848, which is not very high. We'll talk about why it isn't very high later on. Alright, let's move on to the next tab, which is the Bey Battle Pass registration. So for those of you who are wondering how you can link your Battle Pass to the app itself, I have another video talking about that. Please watch that to learn how to register your Bey Battle Pass. This video I will just talk about how you can register your shoot launches in this app itself. So as you can tell, this icon here basically tells you like you can register 100 launches, and every launch you register is 2 points, so total you earn 200 points every week. Yes, this amount refreshes every week, so you don't really have to register your launches every day. You can do it every week, so don't tire yourself out by playing too much Beyblade. So basically once you tap the bottom button, which is the shoot data registration, alright, it's gonna ask you, do you want to include like a shoot point coupon? So these coupons you usually attain from the rare Bey challenges, especially if you failed the challenge and didn't get the chance to redeem Cobalt Drake, or even a chance to purchase a Gold Hell Scythe or Gold Leon Claw. They usually give you these kind of coupons in exchange for the failed chance. Alright, so the red color information here basically tells you all the information regarding like the refresh of the points that's given to you every week. So basically at the 23:59 hour mark on the Sunday, basically they will refresh the thing. So please take note of that and try and redeem your points every week before then, because you don't want to end up wasting away free points to try your luck at the rare Bey challenge. So if you tap on the green one, it's basically asking you how to prepare your battle pass to sync with this thing. So I'm gonna go grab my battle pass and I'm gonna show you guys how to do this. Okay, now that I have my battle pass with me, just gonna put it in the correct position so that you guys can see. So first things first, basically they're gonna ask you to power it on, so I'm gonna press and hold. So once the green light is on, it means it's ready. Alright, so press OK. And they're gonna tell you that you do not need to attach a Beyblade to the launcher to do so. So press OK to proceed. Then now they're gonna tell you that you need to press and hold the power button to have it flash between green and orange, so that it will start syncing with your BeyBlade X app itself. So okay, so this is where it's starting to detect. So we're gonna press and hold. So now it's flashing between green and orange. And once it flashes green, it means it's registering. Alright, there we go. So it has registered. So let's put this battle pass aside now. Okay, and we're gonna take a look at what information it has here. So basically it has shown that I have done a max shoot power of 7,302 during the last time I used my battle pass, and I've got like 78 launches registered. So there's a few more launches that I can register. So since I have registered 78, I've gotten 156 points out of it. So you just have to take the 78 times 2, that's how many points. Then because of the coupon, I have another additional 10 points given to me for free. There we go. So battle pass bonus. Wow, so I got 78 points extra. So because of the 78 launches. Interesting. There we go. So they have registered 78 launches out of 100, so I can still do another 22 more launches and register it by the end of this week, and you know, to not waste the points. Okay, so let's talk about the next thing, which is the shoot gym. So the shoot gym is basically your training grounds, and of course you can see that they have an image of the Wyvern Gill and its ratchet and bit. Now this is pretty important. So if you guys have scanned the QR codes for the mentioned bay here, so as you can tell, I don't have Wyvern Gill in its Japanese QR code, so that's a bit unfortunate. But I do have like the QR code for the Asia version, as you guys can tell from the unboxing videos that I did. Yeah, having it registered in the app actually is essential to gain more points from this shoot gym. So if you do have the BeyBlades and its parts registered, it will have like a tick on it. So every part that is registered basically gives you additional points when you clear the shoot gym itself. So the shoot gym gives you 5 chances every week. So let's tap on the begin button, and you can tell immediately at the top, also in red, they will have an infograph saying that when it refreshes every week. So every week you get 5 chances. If you lose the battle against the AI opponent, it doesn't register as one battle. It basically doesn't consider it as a win. So you have 5 win chances against the opponent. So we're gonna try doing this. So same thing, they're gonna give you the notification on how you can pair your battle pass to the app. So we're gonna do that again. So we're gonna press and hold. Here we go. So once it's registered, it will flash green. There we go. Alright, so give it a while. There we go. So once you have linked your battle pass to the app, you're gonna click on the green button to begin battle. So as you can tell, we're gonna use the BeyBlade they have asked us to register. So it's Wyvern Gill 580 Gear Ball against Drenzer Spiral 380 Taper. So you can actually include the coupons if you have, but of course I don't have any coupons. It's stated there in red. So basically it wouldn't, even if you highlight it and you move to next, it probably won't. Oh, apparently I do have a coupon. So okay. Okay, so my bet on that. So if you do have a coupon, then it will go through. If not, they will pop out a notification saying that you don't have a coupon. So I'm gonna bring a stadium nearby, and we're gonna do a test launch and eventually teach you how to actually get this done. Okay, so now that I got my stadium in the screen, I will highly recommend you to only do the shoot gym with a BeyBlade that has like a stamina base or a defense type bit, because you don't want to launch too hard and have it fly out of the stadium and try and chase it. So that's my pro tip to you guys if you're doing this at home. So yeah, I'm gonna use my health chain, you know, with the ball tip here, and we're gonna attach it to the launcher. So before we do that, let's take a look at the screen itself once we tap onto it and get ready. So they are asking us to attach the BeyBlade, and of course be careful about launching your BeyBlade onto your phone screen because you're gonna shatter your phone if you do so. So be very careful about that. So I'm gonna attach it. So 3, 2, 1, go! Shoot! So of course you want to try and launch as hard as you can. As you can tell, I don't have a lot of space within the camera view to do it. So we're just gonna see how this reacts. So hopefully my Wyvern Gill will win. So the strength of the launch sometimes matters, sometimes they don't matter. So as I mentioned earlier, if you do lose the battle, it doesn't register as an attempt. So let's see if we actually win or lose here. So if you can't see due to the blurry visuals on the screen, there we go. I have like a strength launch of 6,162 and I lost. So I burst. So since I lost, let's see. We have proof right now that it will not take up basically the launch chance. That you can see at the bottom here, it says it still has 5 more chances. And of course, since I didn't win, I do not get any of the points required for the try. Alright, so let's do a proper try this time around. As you can tell, my opponent now is Dren Dagger 460R. So I'm gonna click next. We're gonna do this properly this time around with a slightly higher strength launch because I'm gonna ignore what's on screen. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. There we go. So slightly higher strength launch. Let's see if we will win. So as you can tell, the animation sequence, oh, he over finished me. Oh my goodness. So yeah, as you can tell, using stamina or defense blade really is a bit disadvantageous sometimes, but let's give it another try. Maybe we might do better against Hell Scythe 460T. Let's see. Gonna attach it here. Okay, hopefully this time we might win the challenge, and you can see roughly the points go. Oh, a lot lesser strength again. Hopefully it should be enough to win because this app, the strength of the pool sometimes doesn't really matter, and it counts on the RNG of the computer. And of course, the Beyblades inside the app itself, they don't behave like they would in the real life. So they really go based on animation style or strength rather than, you know, actual physical Beyblades. Oh, we over finished the Hell Scythe. That's pretty cool. Okay, so we finally got a win out of this. Alright, and you guys can see how many points we actually attained. So 50 points. So since we do not have the bonus parts, as you can tell from here, the third selection here is actually referring to the bonus parts. If we actually have the registered parts, we'll get more points out of it. So Beyblade burst bonus as well. Since we didn't burst them, we only over finished them, so we only got 5 points out of it. So total comes up to 65 points. And of course, yeah, that's pretty much it. So they removed one of the tries, so that's kind of a bummer. So yeah guys, of course, registering the Beyblades is going to be beneficial, especially for earning points. Unfortunately, I don't have Waven Gale registered under my Japanese account, so that's kind of bad. So if you want to do the launch again, you can click the green button. If you want to end your session, just tap the white one. So I'm going to tap the white one and end my session there. Alright, so after this, they'll inform you that, hey, the battle pass has now been disconnected. Fantastic, so you don't have to kill your device on battery life due to the Bluetooth connectivity of your battle pass. Alright, let me remove the stadium and let's get back to explaining the rest of the app itself. Alright, now that I've cleared the stadium, let's get back to talking about the app and its navigation. So the bottom button here on the left hand side is basically how you can scan your QR codes for your products. If you're ready to proceed, click on the green button, and of course it will activate your camera and ask you to scan your QR code. Sometimes the QR codes can be a bit tiny, so you might want to consider taking a photo with your phone and enlarge the QR code and display it somewhere else. Then from there, use the app to scan the QR code. So alright, I'm going to return. And of course, we're going to talk about the next one, which is the ticket tab. So the ticket tab, well, to be honest, there's not really a lot to talk about because this one only displays like the exchange coupons or the exchange tickets that you have obtained from the Rare Bay Challenge, like your Cobalt Drake ticket, and of course, like even like the purchasing tickets like your Go Hell Scythe and your Go Leon Claw. So I don't really find this tab very useful very often because the chances of attaining those tickets are extremely rare. Alright, so the last one is your menu. The menu button is basically where you see your personal info and stuff. So like the Bay points that I currently have on hand is like 8,904. 12 items registered under the catalog, 37 different parts registered. Yeah, so then the rest of them is like your player information, your strength, registration, basically all your launches and all the data that you have. So like recent shoot data all together, highest shoot data, and of course like the last 50 registered shoot strength. You can tell that I'm not a strength player because I've been using a lot of my string launcher rather than the cord launcher. So yeah, and of course let's move back to the menu, and we have like the items. So you can see your tickets here as well, aside from the ticket tab, and then of course the coupons, which can only be viewed from here. So there are a few variations of coupons. There's like the shoot point coupon, then of course there's like the shoot gym coupon, and the coupons for your data registration and all that kind of stuff. You can view them here. So as you can tell, I have like 15 because I failed Rare Bay challenge so many times. Oh my god, it's depressing just seeing how many coupons I have. Then of course, battle pass information. So from this you can tell that you can register up to 2 different battle passes to the app. So you can have like 1 battle pass on your string launcher and 1 battle pass on the cord launcher, if you just like to switch things up, like myself personally. So very good that you can let us register 2 different battle passes on a single app itself. And of course, basically all your code information like your player ID, your passwords, and all that kind of stuff can be found here. I'm not going to show you anything like that. Settings, not too much because there's only like settings for sound effects, BGM and sound effects. The rest of the stuff is basically your privacy policy and all the stuff that you registered at the beginning. So, and the license information here. So not too important of a menu page. Frequently asked questions, everything's in Japanese. I don't think there's any information here in English. I wouldn't go around looking at it. Wait for the Asia version of the app before you start playing around with FAQs. Then of course I think this one is to send in like an inquiry and all that to Takara Tomy about Beyblade stuff. Alright, so the last thing we have to talk about is the Rare Bay challenge. So yes, I am going to sacrifice points for this video. I am still trying to save enough points to do a full Rare Bay challenge to try and attain Cobalt Drake, Hell Scythe, and Leon Claw. And of course, Hell Scythe will be more important right now because Hell Scythe is going to disappear from the store front soon, in the date that was mentioned on the website earlier in this portion of the video. So yes, 1000 points to try again to get any of these 3, and I really mean try. Try is a very big term factor here because the rarity rate is very, very, very tough. Okay, so how do you get points for the Rare Bay challenge? Like I mentioned to you, through all the missions and of course scanning of the QR products. Now, scanning of the QR products, they'll give you points based on how much the products cost. So let's say for example a starter set costs roughly about 1,900 yen. So when you scan the QR code for a starter set, they'll give you that 1,900 yen worth of points. So yes, you will get the exact amount of points to the exact cost of the product. And we are not talking about discounted pricing, we're talking about the MSRP, the standard retail pricing of the Beyblade sets itself. So if you are not sure how much the sets cost, go to the Takara Tomy official website. They have the original MSRP prices on the products there on the website, so you can roughly have an idea of how many points you are getting when you scan the product codes in. Right now, I can't say for sure, if you scan multiples of similar products into the Bay. I have a feeling that you should be able to register one product once. However, if you have bought another product of the same, let's say for example, if you bought Dren Sword Starter twice and you scan the QR code twice, you will only register the Beyblade basically once. Under here you get a tick. Then when you scan the similar QR code again into the product, into the app itself, it will probably give you the points, but they won't register the Beyblade again. So it might reduce the points. I can't say for sure because I don't have any duplicate Japanese products right now to prove that on video. But if I do get a duplicate Japanese product in the future, I will update you guys through my community chats or even my Instagram post. So make sure you guys follow me on Instagram. Links are in the description down below. And you know, if you guys are in the BeyBlade community, I will mention about it inside the community chats as well. Hopefully, once I do purchase like a duplicate product in the future. So let's do a rare bay challenge so I can roughly explain to you guys how it is done. So for those of you who are, you know, who already are playing around with the Japanese app, you guys already probably know. But just in case you didn't know any certain things that I mentioned here, it's always good to update yourself with the correct information. So what we actually want to see within the animation sequence for a rare bay challenge is we want to see the Dren sword we are going to use glow up with an aura. And of course, hopefully we can go into a second attack phase, and then finally by the final attack phase. So the beginning portion, when they count down 3, 2, 1, go shoot, anytime within the countdown sequence, you can just tap the screen to get that launch power grid as high as you can. Of course, sometimes there are people who accidentally went into the low power grid and they still managed to win a Cobalt Drake. So RNG is a key factor as well. So sometimes not getting the full powered strength launch doesn't really matter, but of course having the full powered strength launch will give the aura glow on the Dren sword itself. And of course, once we get onto the extreme line, hopefully we can see like the extreme dash notification pop up. And once we complete the animation sequence for the extreme dash and we go into the attack, we get to see a rainbow aura. If you see a rainbow aura, it means you've got Cobalt Drake. Now, if you see a gold aura, it means you have a chance to attain a ticket for either one of these or even a failed coupon at the end of the battle. So let's give this a try and hopefully we get lucky. So basically, they're just giving you the information here that you're going to spend 1,000 points. Points cannot be claimed back again, you know, that kind of stuff. So here we go. Wish me luck, guys. Here we go. So Dren Sword versus Hellscythe. This animation sequence is always the same. There will not be any other Beyblade. So here we go. 3. Oh, I didn't get a very good strength. So hopefully we have the aura on my Dren Sword. There we go. We got the aura. Alright, let's see whether we'll get the second attack later. Okay, we got a good. Oh, we went into final. So final, we have to tap crazily. Tap and have the bar charge maximum. Tap as fast as you can. And now we pray for the X dash. Nope, we didn't get the X dash notification. So that means we have a lower chance of getting Cobalt Drake. No aura background. So that means this chance is a total flop. So this is one of the parts of the whole Rare Bay challenge that I wish that we could fast forward, because it's just nerve-wracking and waste of time to see this sequence every time that we kind of get a chance. So yeah, so if you spin finish, basically you're going to end up with a coupon. So in order for you to really get the chance to purchase you know, a Hell's Chain or Leon Claw, you need to have that Gold Aura and extreme finish your opponent. So we've gotten a coupon. So we've gotten the shoot point coupon. So there's a few variations of coupons you can get. So if you want to gain extra points through your shoot challenges, you have to use this coupon to gain those extra points. And of course, you know, other coupons for other various portions of the app itself. So there we go. We have a very decent example of the Rare Bay challenge. I'm definitely going to try and save up as much points as I can so that I can do a longer Rare Bay challenge video for you guys to see whether I really get the chance and maybe see what kind of RNG value it is for a Rare Bay challenge to try and get any of these 3 prize bays within the app itself. So anyway guys, that's it for today for the BeyBlade X application. If you guys found this video useful, as usual, leave a like on the video, and of course don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more useful information just like this. And I'll see you guys in the next BeyBlade video. Until then, mata ne.